Despite living in a world of AI, cold calls are still the most time-effective way to secure sales meetings as a service-based business owner. In fact, it takes on average just 2 hours to secure one meeting, which then begs the question, why doesn't everybody just do it, right? Because they're horrible. That's why. It's not built in us as humans to want to put ourselves in a position where we are facing rejection on repeat. And the truth is that is what cold calls are like. We'll get 20 no's for just one yes. But that is precisely why they are exceptional for new entrepreneurs. Not just because they will bring you closer to making money faster than emails, DMs, ads, or any other cold client acquisition strategy, but because they will build the resilience that you need to be successful in the long term as a business owner. Because business is hard and we learn through failure. And the faster we fail, the quicker we will learn. And cold calls is exactly that. It's rapid learning of the single most valuable skill on the planet, communication. Now, I've used this skill to make many millions online. I've mentored thousands of people and helped them develop their sales skills. And if we zoom back 9 years ago, before I started my business, I was working in a cold calling center myself. As an introvert who just got kicked out of university, thousands of pounds worth of debt, I would walk to the edge of the office holding my script, trembling in fear, thinking, how the hell am I going to get through this? And day by day, I made incremental improvements. I built resilience within myself until I had the confidence to go ahead and start my own business. And what helped me the most during that period was my sales mentor reviewing my calls. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to review a number of people's cold calls who own agencies selling services to other business owners. And by the end of this video, you're going to have dramatically improved your sales ability through watching other people likely making the same mistakes that you are making right now. And we're going to have some failed calls, no doubt. We're going to have some meetings booked, hopefully. I don't know what we're getting into yet. Let's just get into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually write down notes as I'm watching these cold calling sessions, and then we're going to review them, go through the notes, and I will run you through the training. And we've got a number that we're going to be going through. So let's just get stuck straight in. Here we have Umar.
Hi, Jessica. I'm just calling to see if Danny will be the right person to speak to when it comes to some stuff like marketing, if like that.
No, that should be me.
Okay, fantastic. So Jessica, what it is essentially.
So we'll come in. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Searching backspace.
Okay, so we got rejected from the Gatekeeper immediately, and this is because we didn't have a very strong open. So we went, hey, is this Danny? I just want to check if Danny is the right person to speak to about marketing services. Like, two fundamental mistakes there. No, we don't want to be validating, hey, is this Danny, in this like kind of timid, uncertain way, because we want to speak with conviction when we call up. When we're trying to get through a Gatekeeper, the number one rule is we are going to assume familiarity. We want to act like we already know this person. Imagine you are adopting the tone that you would follow if you were calling up a friend. So your friend, John, owns a restaurant and you can't get hold of his mobile number, so you have been forced to call up the restaurant directly. How would you speak to the person that picks up? Hey, can you pop me through to John? That's what you would say, and that's what you should say. So we assume familiarity to get past the Gatekeeper. They're going to be more likely to put us through. And we definitely don't want to say things like, oh, when it comes to marketing, we don't want to reveal our cards to the Gatekeeper. We want to be very closed off, and we don't want to, act like the Gatekeeper is a nuisance, but we do want to act like we have the urgency to bypass them very quickly and for them to just transfer us through. That is the general tone. There's a lot more that we want to bear in mind, but we're just going to focus on the feedback at hand, and I'm sure we're going to face other Gatekeeper issues as we progress. So what else we got from Umar? I think we've got another call here. Let's go.
Hi, Russell. I want to be honest with you. This is actually a little call, Russell. You can either end the call now or just give me 30 seconds if you don't mind.
Get my what you brought up then. Start again, sorry.
I'm just saying, Russell, to be completely transparent with you, this is actually a call. You can either end the call now or just give me 30 seconds if you don't mind.
Oh, no, if it's sales, I'm okay. Thank you.
I'm not trying to say anything right now, Russell, on the phone, really. Oh, happens.
It happens, man. It happens. I hate this frame. This is a cold call. You're going to give me 30 seconds or hang up now, for two reasons. Number one, I will first of all say, if you want to use this frame because it makes you feel more comfortable starting off, then go for it, but speak it with conviction. Here we were like, hey, is this, just I'm going to be honest, this is a cold call, but do you want to give me... We're super timid, no conviction. When we speak to someone, we want to build trust with someone, we have to speak with conviction. One thing I've noticed here with Umar is he's actually sitting down as well, holding his phone. One of the keys when we're cold calling is we want to be standing up, ideally pacing around. We want to have open body language. When we have open body language, we're standing up, we're smiling through the phone. We're going to be speaking with a lot more conviction and a lot more confidence. If we're sat down, we're hunched up, we're looking like this, and we're looking at our script, we're getting distracted, it's going to come across in our tone, and we're just generally going to feel more nervous. Okay, so if we're going to use that frame, then at least use it with conviction. Hey, John, look, I'm going to be honest. This is a cold call. Do you want to give me 30 seconds, or do you want to hang out now? Like that. Why don't I like this? I don't personally recommend using this. The reason why is because it sets the framing wrong. It's you are now positioned below the business owner from the start. You're not speaking with authority. So when you're speaking to them, it's like you're already starting from the bottom firm. They know you're then selling to them, and you really have to crawl it back and build a lot of trust and confidence with them. And so the authority is just kind of all off. You're down here, the business owner's up there. Instead, when we're speaking to a business owner, we want to be level ground with them. We don't want to be above them because they're not going to like us either, but we want to be level ground. We want to be speaking to them with respect and with an offer that they're going to want to hear. Okay, we'll hold the fort on the offer. I'm sure it's something that we can come into.
I feel, I want to be really honest with you, Phil. This is actually a little bit of a cold call, Phil. You either end the call now or just give me 30 seconds if you don't mind.
Same thing again, conviction. Hi, Phil. I want to be honest with you, Phil. This is a bit of a cold call, Phil. Do you want to give me 30 seconds? As few words as possible. That's what we want.
Who is it?
Appreciate it. So, Phil, I'll get straight to it. Essentially, who we are is we work with a few academies and suppliers of business owners, and when I work with them, they're quite honest with me. They say that we want to grow.
I'm going to pause this one as we go, actually. We're speaking too fast. So we're kind of mumbling. That's why we want to have open body language. It needs to be very clear. We never want to have to repeat ourselves. We're speaking very fast and we're kind of, let me just be honest, blah, blah, blah.
But usually they're sort of bottlenecks of growth. It's normally time, it's budget, so they just don't know how to get the right people to sign up for their academies. Phil, is that something that you've experienced yourself before?
You sort of big cards yourself. Out there, man. What do you do?
That's all right. No worries. It's something that I have a problem with, to be honest. Essentially, all I was saying is that when I work with a few academies, a few business owners, and they want to grow, and they say to me that their usual bottlenecks of growth is, time, with budgets, or they're not too sure how to get a sign up still. I just ask if you've actually experienced any of that yourself.
You got growing my academy?
Yes.
No, I don't.
So it's taken us a long time just to get this business owner even understanding what we're talking about. We had this really negative frame by saying it's something I have a problem with. We're putting ourselves down here at this point. We're like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm speaking too fast. It's something I have a problem with. I get it. Like, all credit to Umar. It takes a lot of courage to get on the phones, but we're basically self-degrading ourselves, and therefore the business owner is just going to see us as lesser than them. We're also skirting around it. Like, I speak to academy owners and they tell me that they struggle with growth because of this reason. Why don't we just ask them? Like, if we're going to use that frame, just ask them. Now, there are many different frames. I'll give you 3 quick ones, and then you can watch the attention hook video in your own time, or you can watch it after this. One that we could use would be a direct question. So using an example of Umar's, instead of us saying, like, we speak to a lot of academies and they often say this, we could just say, hey, is that John I'm speaking to? Yes, it is. Validate we're speaking to the right person. Then we're going to diffuse them. John, I know you're busy, so I'll be quick. And then we're going to go ahead with our attention hook. We could say, are you growing as fast as you'd like right now? For example, that's using Umar's. The second thing that we could do is ask a specific outcome related question. Could you handle another 10 appointments right now? And the third thing that we could do is use some kind of comparison. And this is something that works really well at the moment right now. A bit of a hack for you. We could say, is this John I'm speaking to? Yes, it is. John, I know you're busy, so I'm going to be quick. Are you aware that James's Academy is using AI to get 50 new appointments per month right now? Now we're using the law of comparison. We're getting a little bit more advanced with the sales strategy from a psychological standpoint. I'm going to be like, I know James's Academy. They're generating 50 appointments. This is a desired outcome using AI intrigue on something new and trendy, right? You're going to have so much more authority, create so much more intrigue, be straight into the conversation if you just have one single sentence as your attention hook. Okay, go watch that video after this. Not yet, though. Wait till we finish this whole thing.
Fantastic. Okay, great. So, I mean, so what we do is we're a kind of AI software agency. And what we do is we kind of add in the revenue stream. We're going to get any people more sort of signups. So if we could do that for you without, breaking any systems or anything, still fitting into yours. Is that something that you'd be open to?
No, I mean, I'm always trying to my boys at the moment. Yeah, I have 3,000 kids.
Yeah.
But now through what we do, some more process.
Yeah. And I mean, the word of mouth is the strongest form of marketing. Can't even beat that. I mean, so what you do is good as well.
Okay, so we're now getting into some discovery, which is okay. But the elevator pitch, which is when we first mentioned our pitch, was all off. It's very clear that Umar hasn't practiced this, and so we need to practice this in front of the mirror, be perfectly clear of it. Okay, so sounds like we're selling an AI appointment setting service here. Okay, so instead of us saying, I'm Umar, I'm from this, I own this kind of a business, no one cares about who you are and what you do. They want to know what you can do for them. So instead, we can be like, great, John, I help academies get more leads every single month using an AI sales system. That's it. Very clear, short elevator pitch. If we want to go into more detail because they ask for it, we could say, so we generate leads for you. We then use AI to nurture those leads and make sure they're actually qualified, so we're not sending time wasters to you, and then we'll book them straight into your calendar. How does that sound? Or is that something you'd be interested in? Or are you doing anything like this right now? Keep the conversation going.
Essentially, Phil, I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. All it is that if you are interested into growing, into getting more coaches or looking at getting more attraction, it would be worth us to have a Google Meet so I can kind of show you our software and how it works.
UK, me your information, your on there. I'll have a look. Then you after me calls towards the end of the week. I'll have a look through the email with all your information. If it's something of interest to me, then I'll follow it up. I will answer your call towards the end of the week. If it's something of interest, what you send me, I will take it further. Because it's not, I'll be honest with you, and I'll tell you. Why really of interest to us?
Yeah, of course. I've got the email here. I'm happy to drop you one by. Just before I do, what is exactly you want to see in the email?
Good objection handle. Well done, Umar. I know you've learned that from me. It's like, that sounds arrogant. No, this is an objection handle that I teach. Okay, you want me to send you an email? What do you want to see in email? What we're really doing here is we're digging out what they would actually like to see in a service, okay? And this is a nice diversion. We ideally want to avoid sending emails. The one thing I do want to highlight here is what we've done is we've, again, kind of degraded ourselves or we've tried to diffuse them by saying, I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. Like, if you are interested in this thing, we're not speaking with conviction. It needs to be, I saw you on Facebook. I've seen other businesses that this is working really well for. You're just like those guys. I would love to do the same for you. Or it could be, I found your website earlier. I'm 100% confident that we can make you a lot of money using this system. Would you be keen for a chat about this? So we're speaking with conviction surrounding getting them a specific outcome. This isn't this is everything that I do. If you're interested in it, shall we have a conversation? It's this is what we do for you. This is the outcome that you can expect. I know we can get you this outcome. Would you like a quick chat about it?
We do.
Okay. So it's more about our programs and software and how it works. Is something like that.
You do what you want to do for me.
That's
You obviously want to do something for somebody. So what you do, your marketing.
He just doesn't know what they do right now, just because we haven't spoke with enough clarity in that elevator pitch.
is how what you sell, what you're going to do. If you're going to give me 10 kids, 100 kids, how are you going to get them? Tell me what you're going to do. Try to look at if it's something that I need, something that I don't need, or I might look at that extra.
Yeah.
That might, well, I ain't all that. I don't need that. And then my conversation then again will be, I said to you, actually, yeah, it's of interest to us, but I don't need that. I need this and I need that. So.
Fair enough. Well, look, I feel like I'm more than happy to drop you an email across. The one thing I do say, Phil, is when it comes to an email, is I know myself when it comes across, it's about a million and one things to do, and to go through an email can be quite difficult, which is why I always opt and say that, a video call where I can actually show you the software and say, yeah, this is what's going to happen. This is how we do it. This is our credibility, is normally a lot easier. And that way you kind of put a face to the voice as well. If you've got time end of the week, I mean, I'm thinking maybe Friday, maybe early, let's say 11 a.m., I can kind of just drop you a message now on your phone, just so you have a little bit look at our website and everything. And then, if you're interested, join the call on that Friday. Is that something you're open to, Phil?
Well done for pushing back. Love that. You spoke too much. And then the framing was good, but then the framing was bad because you suddenly said, let's do the call for Friday. And if you're interested in what you see, then show up to the call. So we're setting the tone of it's okay not to show up.
You do that. I have a link on my phone. I'll have a look and see if it's being yours, and then I'll get back to you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fair, Phil. One thing I would say, Phil, is, if before the Friday, if you're thinking, you know what, I can't attend for whatever reason it is, that's absolutely fine. Please do give me a heads up. The one thing I hate is getting all my materials daily prepared, and then on the day is, I'm sending out a black screen.
My incorporated service like that. It can call you by Thursday. They just call me and
Completely understand, respect that. Fair enough, Phil. Have a look who wants the message to speak soon. No worries. Take care. Bye.
Did we book in a meeting? You just said we're going to have a call Friday. I don't know if I missed that. Did we book a time? I'm not going to call that a meeting. It was kind of like that was like a half meeting. We're like, yeah, we've got this call on Friday. And maybe, if you're interested in turn up, but just call me if you can't attend for whatever reason, okay? So there needs to be a lot more conviction there. When that person, and again, this is going to come over time. It's easier said than done. I would have screwed up in the early stages. When we are speaking to someone trying to book in a meeting, and let's say this person saying, oh, can you send me over an email? But look, John, I want to be honest. It takes a lot of time to put together an email for you. And I think it would be much more effective for us to spend time on a quick call where I can learn a bit more about you guys and I can show you how this would work for you. Are you free on Friday at 2 p.m? If he pushes back again, I'll be like, John, I've got some great ideas here and I know this is the future of your industry. What have you got to lose by spending 30 minutes with me? Worst case scenario, you can take these ideas and you can implement them yourself. So we've got another stage. So don't be afraid to push back on people. But it's always we are pushing for the meeting. We're speaking with conviction. We're being very polite. And we're focused on that goal outcome. Okay, the energy is, I can do this thing. I know it will work for you. You'd be crazy not to jump on a call with me. Let's move on. Well done, Umar. Thanks for sending those over, man. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got from Wesley? Is this still sitting down holding the phone, by the way? Let's use the AirPods. Let's be standing up. Let's have open body.
Hello, Jose.
Hey, is this Syed?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, it's just Wesley from UpGen. I was wondering if you could possibly help me out for a moment.
Smiling, like it. Don't like that frame. Can you help me out for a moment? That's too ambiguous.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Sorry, who am I speaking to?
Yeah, it's just Wesley from UpGen.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
No one cares about who you are and where you're from. We're wasting time here. We're losing them immediately.
Yeah.
I'm great, man. Yeah, I'm not sure if this would be relevant to you just yet, but I basically called because we've been working with some local MMA gyms, basically helping them get more appointments so they don't have to rely on word of mouth. Again, not even sure if this would be relevant for you, but would you be against a quick chat to find out more?
Well, so where are you based?
Yeah, I'm currently based in New York.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yeah, no, I would say it's not very good for us. We are growing, but at the moment I'm focusing more on organic growth. I'm not looking at growing at an estimated pace at the moment. We're creating a new gym set up. At the moment, I think we've got around, like I said, we're growing. We've got like 50 members. Our costs overhead is very low. I'm looking at growing, but growing slowly and organically for now.
Got it. Completely understood.
Saying he wants gradual growth, and they're growing at a decent rate at the moment.
Good. So I guess just so no one on my team calls you back again, is it?
No one on my team. Okay, I'm going to play this and I'm going to give feedback overall.
Is it that you guys have run ads in the past, or are you just happy with what you have currently?
Yeah. So at the moment, we're not running any ads. Like I said, it's just myself. So I'm the head coach. I'm the head coach. I've got another assistant coach. Okay, but for now, I think we are. And the other thing is, we only run our classes 3 times a week. Out of a local community center. Yeah, so we don't have a proper class yet.
Yeah, I understand. Do you what do you think it would look like to be able to handle, I guess, a bigger influx of leads? Let's say like an extra 5 to 10 customers.
Yeah. So, like I said, at the moment, we are every month taking up.
This guy's a ram.
Okay, man. What I can do is we can schedule a call for the next couple of days, or sometime in the next couple of days, so you can at least just see what we have going on. All right, and again, when you're weighing your options in the future, we can kind of analyze from there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Maybe for the confirmation call.
You should get a confirmation in the next couple minutes, and I at gmail.com.
Okay, we got a meeting, but it's like we got a meeting. Someone is interested. They're not interested because they're trying to grow on their own at the moment. They're not really interested in the service. Maybe they're going to be interested in the future. It's better to have the meeting than not have the meeting booked. I think Wesley did the right thing here. But what we didn't do is we didn't frame the call very well at all. Like it's very clear from the prospect that they don't really understand what Wesley is selling. Wesley is kind of, are you running ads? And the only question to really ask is like, are you looking to grow? There's not really been any detail of what we do from a high level perspective or any kind of elevator pitch. My main feedback for this call is like at the start of the call, like we immediately are like, I'm not sure if this is relevant for you. And when we say that, then it's like, well, why are you calling me then? We're working with MMA gyms. That should really just be the opening. It should be, hey, whatever this guy's name is, what was it, Jerry or something like that? Okay, hey, Jerry, same thing. This is Jerry, yes. Okay, hey, Jerry, I know you're busy, so I'll be quick. We're working with other MMA gyms in the area at the moment, and we're getting them on average 10 new members per month. Is that something that you could take on at the minute? Okay, that's basically using the same wording as Wesley has used here. We could also, in this position, leverage locality scarcity. So we could say, hey, Jerry, I know you're busy, so I'll be quick. I work with an MMA gym in the Nashville area, and I help them get about 10 new members per month at the minute. Now, I'm currently looking to take on one gym in the New York area, and you guys would be perfect for this. So there we've got a scarcity frame. There are many ways that we can do this, as you can tell. But there we have a scarcity frame, leveraging previous results that we've got, which Wesley has, because he's already mentioned he worked with MMA gyms. And now we're saying, I want to work with one in your area, and you would be perfect for this. It's very clear what we're trying to achieve then. Now we're coming from a frame of, oh shit, yeah, maybe I do want to be that gym. There's a lot more urgency. And dare I say, we'd have a far higher or a much better conviction rate from the owner on jumping on this call because they definitely do have some kind of a desire to grow. They're saying, oh yeah, but we're growing at a steady rate and we haven't really run out and blah, 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 but they're still interested in taking the call. If we started off with much more opportunity, more scarcity, then we might be able to ignite that fire within them. But instead, they've been controlling the call in its entirety. This is a pretty long call. They've just been rambling the whole thing. And Wesley just been trying to contain it, saying, oh, have you run out? And would you like to have a call? And maybe in the future, this is something worth discussing. Instead, if we had that scarcity and the conviction right at the start, we'd be far more likely to ignite that fire and have them interested to speak to us. Good work, though, Wesley. We've still got a meeting there, but again, kind of same with Umar. Not the best meeting, I would say. It's a little bit wishy-washy, and you would be able to change that if you change the way that you frame the call. It's always the framing of the call that people screw up. It's always the start of the call, and it's natural because you don't yet have the confidence. Truth be told, you've got imposter syndrome. You don't think you're worthy to sign up the business owner yet. That's certainly how I felt in the early stages. And so you end up like being very timid and downselling yourself and be like, I don't know if this is interesting for you, or just so you know, this is a cold call, because you're scared. Okay. You're afraid. The best salespeople approach their sales calls with an energy as if the prospect needs them more than they need the prospect, without being arrogant. But that's the general energy, okay? What's happening here is we're approaching the prospect from a place of lack. And it needs to be flipped. Cool. We've got Mustafa here.
Hello? Hello, am I speaking to Stuart?
You are, yeah.
Hi, Stuart. This is John. I'm going to be up front. This is a cold call. Do you want to hang up or give me 30 seconds?
I'll give you 30 seconds. I can't say fairer than that, can
No worries. So I typically work with the directors of interior design firms, and they usually tell me that you guys are busy. I mean, we're relying on referrals or social media, so leads are inconsistent, or you're growing, but you're finding it hard to scale because you don't have a reliable system. Out of these problems, does any of these by any chance apply to you?
Maybe.
Okay. So everything's
What can you, let's cut to the chase. What do you provide?
So just to give you a basic understanding of what we do, we work with interior design firms. We bring you the leads, we qualify them, we close them, and only, once they actually are qualified and closed, they're handed off to your team so your team can actually go in and fulfill the job. We've had our 30 seconds. If I can give you a bit more information if you want to talk for one more minute.
Again, I don't like the framing. This is a cold call. It's bad leverage. Or bad positioning, but this was said with conviction this time. So we must have said it with conviction, which is why I pulled it off. But now we've said we've had our 30 seconds, as in like my time is up. Would you give me more time? Like that's bad framing. We've used that whole like. I usually speak to these guys. I don't know where that's come from. There's a couple of guys have used that. So I don't know if there's a video circulating on YouTube at the moment where someone's spoken about this recently, but this is just not great framing. I usually speak to these people and they tell me this. Just ask them. Like, you don't be so indirect. What we're doing is we're indirect. I usually speak to other people like you and they tell me this thing. Like, does that apply to you? Just say, does this thing apply to you? That's how we communicate with people. We be direct, and that's how we build very quick trust and relationship. So just ask them directly instead of skirting around the conversation. Because now he's like, well, what do you do? Well, we could have done that right at the start by going straight into some kind of a goal outcome.
I'll tell you what, can you send me an email? And then
I'll be honest, man, I find emails very inefficient because I cannot put everything into one email because the service is tailored to everybody. If you think that this can actually fix some of your problems, we can book a 15-minute.
It doesn't know what you're doing yet.
Show you all our systems, and you can just take it away yourself or have us implement it for you.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So do you want my email address?
Yep. Yep.
Interesting. It's interesting. The prospect obviously has a little down.
Perfect. What time works does he?
Oh, you're good, aren't you? Let's go for sometime Friday morning between 9 and 12.
Perfect.
He only asked one time. Oh, you're good, aren't you? How are you going to book a meeting without knowing a time?
I'll send the invite through, man. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, cool, meeting booked, but what could have been done differently here? Like, this prospect obviously has a lot of pain. There's no doubt about that. Because they wouldn't go ahead with the meeting because the pitch wasn't fluid. We needed to just have that one attention hook, speak with conviction on that, identify the pain through that, and then we are going with our elevator pitch. We had a little elevator pitch here, but it was like, so we're going to bring you the leads, but like we haven't really gone into any detail there. So it's like, we work with this. We're going to generate you more leads. So like we were going to bring you the leads is a bit ambiguous. I liked the offer. It's a very good offer. We're going to book appointments and we're going to close them for you and then send them over to you. That's nice. So the elevator pitch was, it was an 8 out of 10. It wasn't too bad, but the bring the leads thing is a little bit ambiguous. We should have gone in with a better attention hook. We were a little bit passive aggressive with the email. Definitely the right pushback, but a little bit passive aggressive. Because I'll be honest, man, like it's hard, blah 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 blah. But it was said with. Let's go back to that. It was said with a bit of a passive aggression. Like, I was concerned that the prospect was not going to receive that well.
I'll tell you what. Can you send me an email, and then we'll.
I'll be honest, man. I find emails very inefficient because I cannot like put everything into like one email because like the service is tailored to everybody. If you
the right things were said, but it felt a bit passive aggressive.
fix some of your problems, we can book a 15-minute Zoom in. I can show you all our systems, and you can just take it away yourself or have us implement it for you.
Yeah, that's perfect. There, I'll show you all of our systems, and you can take it away yourself or have us implement it for you. That's beautiful framing. Great work.
Yeah, let's do that.
Nice. Okay, let's go to the next call.
Hi, Sean. This is John.
Again, we want to be standing up.
I'm going to be honest, man. This is a cold call. Do you want to hang up or give me 30 seconds?
What's it about, mate?
So, Sean, I typically work with directors and project managers of interior design firms, and they usually tell me that you guys have like two main problems. Either you're busy, but you're relying on referrals and social media, or you're growing, but you're finding it hard to scale because you don't have a reliable lead system. Out of curiosity, do you happen to face any of those problems?
Luckily not, no.
Okay, cool. So I'm assuming everything is perfect in the business, like 100%.
I wouldn't say perfect, but it's okay.
Okay. I mean, out of curiosity, like what would be the main problems that you face with customer acquisition then?
Nice. Customers are pretty good, mate. So yeah, I don't think we need to have this conversation.
Cool, man. You have a nice one. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
That was nice, but I think we're probably going to push one more time. I'd be like, John, I know you're busy. I can hear it in your voice. I just want to be absolutely certain here. You're not trying to grow the business right now. That final one I'd probably chuck in there. But that was well handled. And actually, that was probably the first time I've heard that frame at the start of like, these are the two situations work quite fluidly. So yeah, that was a nice call called.
Hello, Stuart speaking.
Hi, Stuart. This is John. Stuart, you're gonna hate me for this one, man. This is a cold call. Do you want to hang up or give me 30 seconds?
You got 20 seconds. Compromise.
Okay, come on. Okay, so Stuart, I typically work with directors of interior design firms, and they usually tell me that you're having a 2 of 1 issues, right? So you're busy, but you're relying on referrals, or you're growing, but you're finding it hard to scale because you don't have a reliable lead system. Out of curiosity, do any of those problems apply to you guys?
No, we've got a good leader system. We've got a network of commercial agents that we service that provide us with loads of leads.
Okay. So, I mean, out of curiosity, are you kind of like relying on any outbounds, so like ads or something like that to bring you in more work?
No.
Okay. Is it just about capacity that if you were to do that, you wouldn't be able to handle them, or is it you just haven't explored it?
Nice.
Probably a bit of both. Capacity. We're at capacity now. We're not looking for anything else. We get enough just through recommendations and through these commercial agent leads that we don't need much more.
Okay. Just to give you an idea, we basically work with interior design firms. So we run your whole system. We get you the leads, we qualify them, and they basically come in. All you guys have to do is give them a good service. It happens on autopilot. If that's something that you're ever interested in, let me know. But yeah, that's basically what we do.
Okay. Yeah, we're right for the moment. But if we do need any more, we need expanding or anything, then yeah, I'll have a look at that.
No worries, man. You have a nice one. Bye.
You too. Thanks a lot. Bye.
So elevator pitch was strong. Get AI in there. AI is such a high leverage point at the moment. So you've got that whole thing. You say we're going to handle the system. Say that you've built an AI sales system. That's going to intrigue them a lot more. When you've said like, if this is interesting in the future, like maybe at the end of that elevator statement, you could have said, because he's obviously a good business owner, they're already generating leads. You could say, like, look, I can tell that you're busy right now. I can tell that you're already getting good amount of clients in. I wonder if you could have if your system could be more efficient than it currently is using something like AI. What have you got to lose from spending 30 minutes with me? Worst case scenario, you might just be able to improve the current system that you've got by taking some of my ideas. How does that sound? So we're still going for the call. We could definitely push back. We kind of, 2 calls here, we kind of settled and we left too early. I'm not saying 100% you would get those guys over the line, but you will at least increase your probability if you push back that final time and just really challenge their logic. With cold calls, as you gain confidence, the key is in challenging people's logic and not accepting what they say for face value. We've had an indication from this guy that they are clearly doing well. They've got a client acquisition system. Now, all business owners want to be more efficient, okay? They want to make more money. So why don't we spin this and make it about improving their existing system and give them that hook that they could take our ideas and just implement it just by spending 30 minutes with us. And that question of what have you got to lose really allows them to question the logic, makes them immediately think, well, what have I got to lose here?
Hello, speaking.
Hi, Stuart. This is John. Stuart, I'll be honest, man. You're going to hate me for this one. This is a cold call. I called you a while back. Do you want to hang up or give me 30 seconds?
I'm
I called you a while back. I wouldn't add that.
busy, so I'm just hang up. Sorry, mate.
No worries. Can I just call you back later?
What's regarding?
I mean, I'd like to explain it in proper detail, not when you're busy, right? So I can give you a call back, let's say tomorrow morning.
No, go get your attention hook in there. Go in, maybe let's skip the attention hook, go straight in with the elevator pitch. He said, I'd like to know what it's regarding. Be like, we build AI systems for interior designers and we get them this result. Would that change your mind about this conversation?
If you think that you're going to actually be free.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that.
Bye-bye.
But thank you. Bye.
Okay. So the general theme I'm seeing here with Mustafa is we are effectively giving up a little bit too soon with prospects and we're not giving ourselves the opportunity to sell. I see this happen very often with salespeople that have made, tens and tens of calls over the course of a couple of hours. You get beaten down a little bit and you start to accept rejection. We got to be ferocious with our ability to push back because we're going out there proactively getting sales. We can't just accept no. It's much harder to recover from someone when they object us in the first place. Okay, so let's go in. Let's really use all of our advantages. Let's leverage AI. Let's get our elevator pitch out there. Mustafa has done a really good job here of using the frame, despite me not liking it personally. Like, I'm a great believer of get the job done. We got a meeting booked here. I'm a great believer of if it works, don't break it. But you definitely should split test something else. So whilst Mustafa is doing well with that, this is a cold call frame. He is doing well with I speak to people when they have, say, X or Y. What I would really like to see is a split test, getting rid of the this is a cold call frame and going straight in with an attention hook, which is direct, okay? Probably in this instance, going in with the law of the comparison, comparing them to a competitor, or going in with some kind of a growth-based attention hook and then getting straight into the elevator pitch. I would bet pretty highly that the second that I just suggested will outperform. Okay, next one. We've got Dylan here.
Hi, is this Nolene? Hi, how are you, Nolene? This is Dylan. I'm just going to be very quick.
We can't hear the audio of the other end. That's okay. We're going to proceed with it. We'll go ahead with it anyway. Let's let it run because let's just see how Dylan's pitched.
Because I know you're busy. Nolene, I help interior companies like yourselves get more clients and bookings through an AI sales system that we've built. And I was just wondering if you'd be free over the coming days for a quick 15-minute talk about it. Basically, we help businesses like yourselves get customers. We generate the leads for you, and then we do all the legwork by qualifying them before they work with you, before passing them on. So it's a number of different things. Most of the time we do it through Meta ads. And then most of the work is actually done by the AI sales system, where we would contact the leads in multiple different ways, by call, by SMS, by email, just to make sure that they're ready to purchase from you. And no, not necessarily. It doesn't necessarily have to be purchasing online. It's more so getting interest for the product and making sure that the leads that we're getting you are qualified to buy first, and then the actual sale most of the time would come from the lead talking to you. But by that time, we'd hope that they would be qualified enough that they'd be ready to buy. Yes. So it's different for each business that we work with, to be completely honest. Everybody's working with a different budget, as you know yourself. So that's what I would like to run you through on the call for 15 minutes, just to kind of see where you're at. And we talk about price nearly at the end of it.
We're probably going to get a meeting here, aren't we? It's pretty obvious what's happening.
Yeah. When would suit you?
Nice. I'll go through my comments afterwards. Do we get a meeting?
Okay. What email address should I send that to, actually?
Yeah, cool. So we've got a meeting booked. What do I like about this? So obviously we can't hear the prospect. It was a little bit annoying. Dylan has used the frame, I know you're busy, so I'll be quick. And he went straight in with, we built an AI system for your niche. He did say business owners like yourself. We want to be specific about the industry. We've built an AI sales system for your industry, for interior designers, for example. And we think this would be perfect for you guys. Say it dead. Instead, we went straight in with trying to book a meeting. It did work, right? But we basically didn't allow the prospect to ask. They had to ask questions before we went into. We revealed our cards very quickly. Instead, we could have just said, this would be perfect for you. And then like, well, how does that work? And then we could be like, cool. So what we do is we generate leads for you. Then we do blah, 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 elevator pitch, which is what Dylan did. Now, one thing you'll notice about Dylan is he is hands-free. He's not holding the phone, which means that his voice is much more expressive. Notice how much clearer Dylan is. He's a lot more casual with his tonality. Okay. So he's not stood up, which is obviously we want him to be stood up, but a lot more expressive using his hands, and it's coming across in his tone. He's speaking with a lot of clarity. But yeah, got a meeting booked. Better if we didn't mention the meeting straight away. We could have mentioned that after they dug just a little bit, but we got one, which is good to see. Okay, that's all we've got time for now, but I've got loads of other cold calling sessions in my DM. So if you did enjoy this video, then comment down below and let me know you enjoyed it. And if enough of you do, I will record another video like this in the future. And if you want to continue learning, watch the video I'm going to put around here about attention hooks so you can master your cold calling attention hook for the next time you get on the phones. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.